So today we're going to talk about glasses from One Punch Man. One Punch Man is probably the best show or media you can say that I have ever watched. And I'm saying this after watching One Piece, I follow One Piece as well. It's cool and stuff like that, but One Punch Man has some different charm to it, I guess. And we're going to talk about one such charm, glasses, right? Now, uh, my favorite characters are Saitama, Metal Bat, and then I have my new favorite, glasses. Now, he is not very popular in the manga or anime, um, but if you read the manga, you'll be very, very inspired from him. So, in season 2, you might have seen him. This is a screenshot from season 2. He fights Garu with the rest of the Class A heroes, and Garu is impressed by him. Now, if you have managed to impress Saitama or Garu, it's safe to say you're a badass, okay? So, let's begin the story. Now, Saitama is really, really inspiring for me, and here, Glasses, his story is almost the same as Saitama. He's also a working man. He works at a job, 9 to 5. As you can see, he's tired of this shit, and you know, it's a lot of politics and stuff at work, and it just sucks, right? Nothing new. So here in this scene, he's going back home on a train, and then he sees the ad for Hero Association, and he is like, you know, fuck this job. I think I'll be a hero or something like that, right? And he just wants to be free. We just want the freedom, right? I mean, nobody wants to work 9 to 5. It's exhausting. If you have ever worked at a 9 to 5, no matter what job it is, it's exhausting, okay? And then he joins the Hero Association. He joins the Fubuki group, you know? In the Fubuki group, he's like the least powerful, or you can say the most weakest hero, and everyone treats him like shit. And then one day, the Fubuki group were facing this fan monster. This is from season 2 OVA, and they get smashed by that monster. Even Fubuki, Blizzard, their leader, all get smoked. And as you can see, Glasses is the last man standing. What happens then? Saitama just comes in. I don't know how, but he comes in and he just one punches the bot. And Glasses was shocked, but he was like, maybe he has some cool abilities and stuff like that. He's maybe rich and he has made some adjustments, like Cyberpunk, or you can say in this show, Genos, right? Cyborg or something, right? But then Saitama just says, there's a sale and I need to go. And then he's like, okay, all right. He's just a guy. He's just a dude. He has nothing special. And then, Saitama also gives him some lesson, like, uh, you need to work a little longer, to be more powerful and some stuff like that. And then Classes was like, okay. And he took Saitama's words extremely seriously, and he starts working out. If you read the manga, you'll know. In chapter 84, I guess, there's a bonus chapter especially based on classes. I love it when um, like any manga or any show provides a bonus chapter to a less well-known character. And in this case, in chapter 84, we have a classes chapter, and by then he just leaves the Fubuki group and he's just on his own, working out and fighting monsters. And then we see him fight few robbers and stuff like that, and he stops them easily because it's he's just too strong. And then on the same scene, he meets Eyelashes. He's one of the main members of the Fubuki group. Eyelashes used to treat classes like shit, but now they're friends, I guess. I don't know. And then he thought he's just out of the hero business and stuff like that. But now he's shocked that he's all alone doing the hero stuff. And then Glasses tells him, the stuff, what he has been doing and all the stuff. And then, and out of nowhere, Bro decides to test him and he kicks him. If he was weak, he would have died. And he stops that kick easily. And, at this point, he's like much, much stronger than Eyelashes. And then, when they were talking and stuff, an explosion happens nearby, and Glasses just rushes towards it. Eyelashes is like, no, wait for the Fubuki group to arrive, and then we'll go together to be safe and stuff like that. And Glasses is like, nope, nope, thanks. And then he tries to pull him as well, and then he sees the scars. That's badass, full of testosterone, I guess. And he just rushes into the scene. No worries, he just dives right in. What a badass, right? Amazing stuff. And you can see the similarities, right, of Saitama and Glasses. And Glasses is like, I might not be strong, but I believe that I have no limiter. And that's the way Saitama broke his limiter as well, right? That's it. One Punch Man, the glazing should never stop. Goodbye.